Thank you. Okay, Brian. I'm sorry.
Talk about no respect yet. You know, people said to me today, they said, tell some stories about him when you get up on stage. Tell some, give the people some dirt on him. And I'm like, yeah, all right. And then I thought, wait a minute, he's my downline. I'm not telling anybody anything. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the story about Groucho Marx said that he wouldn't want to join any country club that would have him, right? And I'm standing here thinking, if you guys notice something, as soon as he became executive director, they raised the bar. Now there's a, what's a national director? Does that tell you something? Like, you screwed it all up for everybody.
That's about right. That's it.
I don't mean that. So anyway, but truth be told, first off, I want to get this thing cleared up, and I keep saying this over and over. When he keeps saying the thing about the monthly and his inheritance, he just doesn't understand that we're spending it. We're spending every dime. But you know, quick story that it always keeps coming back in my head, guys. And I remember coaching him as a little kid in baseball, Little League Baseball. And I don't know, maybe he was 12 or 13 or something. He was a pitcher, and we were in a championship game. And the bases were tied. The winning run was on third base, and I'm a nervous wreck. And I walk out to the mound, and I said, "All right, now listen. Here's what you gotta do. Just take it easy. Just relax. Everything's gonna be okay, right?" He goes, "I got this." That was it, and I went, "Oh, okay," and I walked away. That's him. That's him. He just gets it. I mean, he just gets it. And he had hardly, for the longest time, he really didn't have much of a team. But he never gave up. He never gave up. And I know he was discouraged, as we all are many times in this type of business. He never gave up, guys. He just kept pushing. And through all that, most of his time he spent helping people on other teams. That's the kind of guy that we have for a son. Anyway, to sum it up, he's a great dad, he's a great husband, he's a great son, he's a great brother to our other two sons, he's a great business person, but I think what you guys, most people who know him know he's a great friend. So congratulations, everybody.
Well, Brian told you how great the company is, right? So maybe I'll tell you another joke about bears. No, I'm just kidding. First of all, I want to thank so many of you. I know that this award is an executive director award. It's supposed to be about my accomplishments. It's not. It's about my team's accomplishments. I saw the big man up there, Mike McGuire. I want to thank you. I have Jacqueline Olad in the back there, Craig Oliver, Brian Bowden. I want to thank you guys for everything that you did, for putting up with me and teaching me so much about myself. My kids are actually my 5th senior directors. They're in a trust in this business. So talk about that willable income. So their grandchildren's grandchildren are set for life. I want to just tell you a quick story that basically sums up probably a lot of people in this room. It actually started when I was in high school. I played football for the winningest program in this state, the 33rd winningest program in this country. We're all there. Every guy in here on my team from Ridley. Yeah, we have a really good football program there. Up until I got into high school, I was the big man on campus. I was smart. I was very athletic. I did good in sports, good with the women. So I remember walking into the locker. It was probably our first day of summer camp, and at this point I knew basically all the coaches and what was going on. And I remember sitting there going, "Oh my God, I'm that little fish in a real big pond." And I hear this smacking, and I have my head down, and I'm sitting there, and I'm scared. And I looked up, and everybody's walking out to go out on the field, and there's a sign when you walk out our door. It says, "Only winners pass through this door," and everybody smacks it on the way out. And I remember it might have been Brian Bowden, it might have been Chris Bell, and I saw this one guy, he was nasty looking. And I said, "Who's that?" And they said, "Oh, that's Catman, stay out of his way." And I'm going, "Huh?" Well, I'm thinking, I'm a wide receiver, and he's a line coach, so I had no problem. I go out there, and I'm playing defense as a sophomore, and we're running through our first team offense, and they're running a play, and I remember, I'm the middle linebacker, I'm 5'7", 160 pounds, I need to fill this hole. Well, coming at me is Big Bob. I don't know if I'm allowed to say his last name, but he ended up going on to the Green Bay Packers and winning the Super Bowl. He was 6'4", 250, 260. Big Bob plowed me. And at Ridley, it's actually the Lombardi way. This whole thing comes back from Vince Lombardi. Phil Marion, one of the coaches at Ridley, played with Vince Lombardi, so that's everything. They talk about perfect practice. Well, practice makes perfect. We had perfect practice makes perfect. So we had to keep running that play over and over again. So what I did was I started cowering. Bob kept hitting me, kept hitting me, kept hitting me. And all of a sudden, here comes Catman. He's grabbing me, he's shaking my helmet, he's hitting me on the head with the whistle. Many of you who play football, you know what that's like. Maybe, maybe not. Catman said, "What's your name?" I said, "Ennis." He goes, "Ennis, here's what I want you to do. When you go home tonight, I want you to take out a chainsaw." He said, "I want you to cut your toilet in half. And when your parents start yelling at you and you ask them, or they ask you what's going on, you tell them the Catman said you do everything half-ass." True story. That's a true story. I will never, but here's what's amazing about that. The great Les Brown says, there are moments that define you, or you can define the moment. That moment defined me. I let it define me. I didn't define the moment. See, I became a wallflower, right? It started this process where, like so many people, just drifting through life like a jellyfish. It took me into college. I was kicked out of college. It happened. I'm not proud of it, but it happened. I was doing everything in life just enough to get by. We probably all do that, maybe. You might not want to pick up your phone right now and call somebody, and you're going to wait for the phone to ring. It's not going to happen. But that's how I treated my life up until this point with this company. Brian told you how great this company is. This company let me get over that defining moment for me. It allowed me to start prospering. And not because of me, but because of the great people behind the scenes like Robert Wilson back there, coming from the top down. So many leaders. I know that I'm getting this trophy. This trophy should have little etch marks in it. There should be 1,000 footnotes of names of everybody that has helped me. So I want to just say to you in closing, do not be that wallflower. Do not be that jellyfish that's floating through life, because this is your defining moment. This moment right now will set you for life if you take advantage of it. Thank you very much.
Presidential Directors Mike and Denise Fody.
Thanks again for coming out.